These days, I'm not really scared of much. Like, if I wake up and I'm paralyzed in bed and I see a dark figure coming towards me, I'm not showing any emotion because you had to make sure I couldn't move to show yourself to me. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weak. But at the end of the day, that nigga definitely wanted me more. But don't get me wrong, one of my worst fears is letting my pride take control in a horror movie situation. I say all this because I would definitely be the type of nigga to talk shit to the ghost. But then it can backfire so much. Then the ghost can just be like, I bet, nigga. And that opens the door. And like, what am I supposed to do? He won. In one move, that nigga won. I'm telling you this because I wasn't always that guy. And nothing can really compare to the traumatizing events that occurred when I was a child. So let's talk about it. So this story takes place back when I was around 8 years old. I remember me playing with my sisters when all of a sudden our mom walks up and tells us that she's going out for the night. But instead of having our older sister watch us for the night, she managed to get our cousins to watch us. And for the sake of the video, we're just gonna call them Walter and Meadow. So a little background on our cousins. They're laid back, didn't really care what we did, but manipulative. So I knew that they was getting something out of this. And I'm pretty sure one of our cousins, Walter, has some pent up aggression at me because I might have stolen some money from him, but that's a story for another day. So the day goes by and me and my sisters are chilling in our mom's room, and then our cousin Walter decides to check up on us. Okay, y'all look good, but y'all trying to have some real fun though with the big kids? Instantly caught our attention because as kids, all you want to do is act older than you really are, and just having that little bit of control on what you do just makes you feel good. So we asked him what he trying to do, and he says that they invited their friend Jay over to watch a scary movie that he just got. And instantly me and my twin sister was out. And our older sister hears this and tells him that we need a little bit of time to talk it over. So he hears this and walks out the room. My older sister turns around with the most menacingly face I have ever seen and says if we don't go out there, she would make our lives a living hell. And me being just that guy, I avoid all confrontation. Like, I didn't want no smoke with anybody when I was a kid. You got it, big bro. But my twin sister wasn't having it. She thinks that we gotta go along with it just because she said so. Stubborn as they come. Our older sister sees this and came up with a plan to bribe her with $5, and it works. So fast forward a little bit and we're downstairs getting ready to watch the movie. I was sent to go get snacks while everybody else was preparing the living room for the movie. So a few minutes go by, and as I'm coming back with the snacks, I see our cousin Walter and their friend Jay talking in the corner. And as I'm walking by, I hear, "So, you got it?" Of course I got it, man. They're not ready for this. Not ready for what? What are they planning? And then it occurs to me that I don't know what we're watching. So I walk over to the living room to our other cousin, Meadow, to ask her what we're watching. And she told me that we was watching Chucky. I didn't know what that was at the time. So I asked her to try and give me a good description on what's it about. And the description that she gave me of this movie was that a dog comes to life and starts killing people, which wasn't really too far off, but forgets to mention that he was a psycho killer that possessed the dog and starts murdering anyone he sees. Like, it didn't matter who you were, man, woman, children, elderly.
Hey kid, I'm gonna go kill your sister. You wanna come?
Movie, I turn around to see our cousin Walter talking to his friend Jay. And a few minutes after that, Jay told us that he had to get something from out his car. So a few minutes goes by and he walks back in and goes to the kitchen. Then a few more minutes go by, he calls our cousin Walter to come to the kitchen. Then I start getting a little suspicious because they called our other cousin, Meadow, to come to the kitchen. So now the movie's almost over and I don't see none of our cousins nor their friend in here watching a movie that they picked. So I tell my sisters, and right when I tell them, we hear screams coming from the kitchen. Instant panic mode. But now looking back on it, I noticed that there's no one more scared than my older sister at the time, because she knew she was gonna have to deal with it. I mean, I was 8 and my twin sister was 9. What are we really gonna do about it? I'm just a boy.
Your bones are weak, Ben. You're only a 10-year-old boy, you know that? You're just a little boy!
So our sister somehow mustered up the courage to walk over there to the kitchen. And before she left, she looked at me and told me if anything were to happen, she wanted me to take our sister and run to our room. Which was really fucked up. Like, instead of telling us to run out the house and get help, you tell us to run to our room, when the nigga can just walk in there and get us. Like, what? L's sister, for real. If you are watching this, sister, you know, it's just like a little post to the gram, you know, got a post to the gram. Anyways, I already know that she's gonna watch this and I'm gonna deal with that when the time comes. Anyways, so she gets up to walk toward the kitchen and I'm already by the door by her room because I'm not waiting all the way in the living room for something to happen. Then I gotta make that run. Why not think ahead and be by the room? Like, so my twin sister sees this. We're on the same Wi-Fi for real because she's right behind me. And we're both watching my older sister as she's slowly walking up to this door. She gets to the door and
This is goodbye. Let's meet again someday.